participate, however briefly, in this very significant event. I've been very, very fortunate because the people entrusted me for so many years to represent them. I had an opportunity to meet a lot of people that otherwise I probably would not have met. I remember I was in the New York State Assembly at the time when Nelson Mandela came out of prison and he was making a visit to the United States. And because of that, I was asked to be at the airport coming to JFK, along with a lot of other political, religious dignitaries from around the city, even from around the state. And he came off the plane, and we were all lined up, and he came through, and I happened to be in the front line. So when he passed through, I had a chance to shake his hand, and I had a chance to kiss Winnie Mandela's hand. That's about as close to heaven as you get on earth, right? And I remember when I came back into the assembly the next day, and I got permission to speak. I said, "This is the hand that shook the hand of Nelson Mandela. And these are the lips that kissed the hand of Winnie Mandela." Now, I didn't wash my hand or my lips for about a week. I'm exaggerating that. But you know, the spirit of what I'm saying. But you know what is outstanding, extraordinary? That the first time that Nelson Mandela came into the United States, he came into New York and came into Brooklyn, the first stop he made was in Brooklyn, but even more specific, it was at Boys and Girls High School. First time. And man, that started turning out. You know, something magical happened. I'm told for the whole time that Nelson Mandela was in New York City, the crime rate was down tremendously because of the respect that we have for him, that the people have for him. Oh man, I'm glad I got elected just for that. I had that opportunity. And then we had an opportunity when he came to City Hall. We, like Puerto Rican caucus, presented him with a check for ANC. And it was the first money that he received when we came into these United States. It wasn't a lot of money, but it's what we could afford at the time. But we were first, and we gave it. And after that, we opened up the floodgates. And ANC was going to come. But my blessing didn't stop there. So when the mayor took a group over to South Africa before the election, it was fairly clear that ANC was going to win the election. I was part of that delegation. But President, I didn't see you coming, man. Oh, my man. But President is here. And Mayor Higgins had put together a team of people from around the city to begin to prepare them for governing, because we knew they were going to elect. And I was fortunate enough to make that trip and to actually to be with President Nelson Mandela in his home in Soweto. So you can imagine how that felt, being home in South Africa, being in Soweto, and being in the home of Nelson Mandela. He had a reception for all of us. It was extraordinary. I've been truly blessed. Whatever happens to me, from this point going forward, the life I have had because of the people of Bed-Stuy and Crown Heights is unbelievable. There's nothing, I don't know if I deserve that. So it's only fair that since Boys and Girls High School is where he first stopped, that some people in their wisdom determined that there should be a school named after the Honorable Nelson Mandela. And so the Board of Education and the mayor and others came together rather quickly, but it happened, and established the Nelson Mandela School of Service. And I know Mr. Bamani probably cannot be here, but I know that someone is there to represent him. And my memory's not good anymore. Hopefully one day you'll experience that. Mrs. Claxton, is it? All right. Is Mr. Dennessy as well? Or just, okay. It's the Mandela School of Social Justice, actually, and it's on the campus of Boys and Girls High School. I don't know if you're aware, but there are actually 3 schools on that campus. And they've been doing exceptionally well, by the way. The chancellor has been there twice within the last 6 months. He's very proud of what's happening there. We made some demands. Our senator and our former assemblywoman Annette Robinson, Senator Bill Montgomery, all the elected officials locally served on that board. Brother Doherty, community board for Boys and Girls High School campus. And so we've got to know Mr. Bomani and aware of the effort he and his administration and teachers and others are putting in to trying to eventually making that a school that everyone